This building right here used to be Citibank. Look at this huge bank. Gone now. This right here used to be a B of A. This was the main entrance to the bank. They already broke the glass. This is where one of the ATM machines used to be right here. And this is for the second ATM machine. They used to have two. So banks are closing a lot of bank branches, especially here in the city of San Francisco. Bank of America just announced they'll be closing 21 branches here in the Bay Area alone. And it's not the same thing as to hear about the closings than to see the actual banks close, like this one. As of March, banks were sitting on $1.7 trillion of losses. And we're in December now. 9 months later, things didn't get any better. So they have to be sitting in over $2 trillion of unrealized losses in hopes that things will get better. But things did not get better. Things got worse. Now the question is our money safe? Are we gonna say one day, I used to trust somebody else with my money so they can gamble it? Meanwhile, gold is creeping up. Bitcoin is creeping up. Bitcoin is up 150% in the last year. But not a lot of people are talking about that. And with all these branches closing, should we keep some cash for emergencies? What if the power goes out? What if the internet goes out? Leave in the comments how much should we keep in cash for emergency. $1,000, $2,000. This used to be a US bank. It closed earlier this year. This right here is where the ATM machine used to be. This was the bank entrance. This was another ATM machine gone. This bank closed on June 30th of this year without giving their customers the required by law 90-day notice. It was a large branch, and this was their parking lot. That's where the US Bank sign used to be. All closed and fenced up. By law, they have to give their customers a 90-day notice of the bank closing. And they have to post it here at the branch 30 days before they close. They didn't do that. They closed without notice. Right across the street from the US Bank, the opposite corner used to be a Bank of America. Also gone. Something else now. This here is another Bank of America branch that was closed. All banks are closing, big and small, and it's now for sale. Let's take a look at the bank entrance. It's locked. This bank's been closed for a while because this is where the ATMs used to be. There were 3 ATMs right here. They sealed the wall. We're closed. This financial center and ATM at the end of the day on September 27. That was the last day of this bank. This was a large branch here of Bank of America. And now the parking lot is all tagged. This was the parking lot for the Bank of America. All tagged. This here is another Bank of America that's closed now. That up there is where the bank sign used to be. Another bank gone. And this here, this is where the ATM machine used to be. This was the main entrance to the bank. Looks like they already broke the window. That's unfortunate. This one's been closed since March 14. Yeah, and this was another ATM. So they had 2 ATM machines right here. This one's the first one and the second one. And this was the parking lot for the bank. It's not being used, and at least it's clean. It's chained up. On this corner, this used to be a Bank of America, closed now. They even had a drive-through ATM, gone. That's where the drive-through ATM was. And here we had another one on the middle lane. That's where the Bank of America sign used to be. And on this corner, on 4th and Brannan, we have two closed banks on opposite corner. That on the corner used to be Wells Fargo, and on this corner was Bank of America. These were all windows here for the Bank of America. And this is where the ATM used to be here for this bank. Closed now. Back here there were more ATMs. And it's now all fenced out, so people don't camp in there. It's a lot of trash. And there it is. That was another ATM machine. Closed. This was a really large branch, B of A branch. That was the main entrance. Let's see when they closed this one. March. This one's been closed since March. That's where the ATM used to be. Now we're gonna head across the street to visit another closed bank. Right across the street, a Wells Fargo bank. Another branch that has been closed recently. This is the Wells Fargo that recently closed, right here on 4th and Brannan. This was the main entrance. Sold tag now. See, they have boards on the windows here. Skinny windows, but they still board them up. And this right here was the main entrance to the Wells Fargo Bank, boarded up. I don't see where the ATM used to be. Maybe they didn't have any out here. And this corner right here used to be a Union Bank. Closed now. Right here on Sutter and Montgomery. And that corner used to be Citibank. All that is now available. It says Office Opportunity 1 Montgomery. Huge Citibank. Closed. Look at the size of this bank. Really sad for the community to see all these branches that have closed. Let me know in the comments how much do you think we should keep in cash for an emergency, and I'll see you on the next video.